Well, we're on the road now. Finished up all the beans at the home farm. So Dad's moving the combine. It's about 30 miles or so away from our home farm. We have a bunch of fields in this area. So yeah, it was about a 2-hour drive. I'm almost here now with the header cart. I was towing down with the pickup. We're getting me or Dad rolling in the combine. It's about lunchtime now, so they should be almost dry, ready to go. Once we get the combine rolling, one of us will drive the pickup back up to the house and grab the semi. I did move the grain cart down last night. It was like 5, 6 o'clock, somewhere around there. So grain cart's already down here. That's ready to roll. So while Dad starts combining with the combine, he can dump on the grain cart, load that up, fill the combine up. That should give me or him enough time to go get the semi, bring it down here, and by then it'll be ready to get filled. We won't be back home at the home farm until corn harvest, so hopefully a few weeks from now, hopefully soybean harvest goes smoothly and we can jump on corn. So should hopefully no breakdowns, should only be a couple days worth of work, and we can move out of here and find another spot to work. It still is a little bit early yet. You know, a lot of our fields are still too green yet to harvest. This field here is ready to go. There's some green stuff on the edge of the woods where it's more shady, but I think it'll go, and if there's any green stuff, we'll just blend it away. Now take a drive through the woods. Before we get started, we got to open up the grain bin extensions. Got the bin extensions all up. Started chewing on some of the beans over here that are still pretty soft. I think there was a pretty heavy dew last night, and also it's all shaded by the woods here, so you know you got to go about halfway until they're somewhat dry enough to combine. Brought a little can with me, so before I leave to go get the semi, I'll wait for Dad to make a round, and I'll take a sample with me back, and I'll stop at the elevator and check our moisture, see what it's running right now. Better close the windows before we get the truck full of dust. Guess we'll go grab Dad before I leave to give him a ride up front to grab the grain cart, so he doesn't have to take the 10-minute walk back up front to grab it. Then he has that out here, and he can dump on that while I'm gone. So I went and just got a grain sample done, check the moisture in the soybeans on my way up to grab the semi. Right now they're running at 16.1%, and that's kind of high. So we originally planned on taking these directly to our local elevator, but instead we might end up taking them home, putting them on the bottom floor of the grain bin, and let the fans kind of dry them down a little bit. Cart's full. I'll get the grain cart dumped real quick, and then by then Dad should have another combine tank full, and I'll try to catch on him so he can keep moving. I noticed that this camera on top of the corner of the grain cart, which is, well, you can't really see it too good because my windows are dirty, but it's mounted right there. It must have moved or something because it's kind of off center. It's pointed more towards the auger. It's showing a little bit of too much of the auger instead of angled forward towards the truck a little more. They're just held on by magnets, so I can just run up there real quick and adjust it. To be honest though, this is our first year running the 8130 with the grain cart, and this does ride a little bit higher than our 8100 and our 8410, and you really don't even need the cameras too much. Obviously camera doesn't give it justice, but I can see right in our truck to where it's not too often I'm going to need a camera unless the truck's kind of up on the hill a little bit or something. The camera's also handy if somebody else comes with their trailer and sits a little bit taller or something. But right now, I mean, I can see perfectly fine to where I don't even need the camera. It's a little nice though, because I can see that there's a pile coming. I can't see it just yet. Here it comes. So this is where the camera still comes in a little bit handy. What's nice about this grain cart is the spout. I can actually control the pitch of it. I can shoot it out more, shoot a little bit closer. So if I'm not perfectly parked where I should be, I can adjust it from the spout. So you can see I can move it like so. Soybeans are a little bit slower than corn. By the time I would have dumped that during corn harvest, that probably would have been full by now, and I would have had to hurry up and go catch them. But it looks like he's got a couple rounds yet to go before he has a full combine load. Well, that's kind of nice being a grain cart driver during soybean harvest. I got a little break here and I can eat my lunch. Well, Dad stopped. I'm not sure what's wrong. Usually I wait a couple minutes at least, because sometimes it's just a quick fix and he's already rolling by the time I get to him. But the head's way up and he's been sitting a couple minutes now, so I'm just gonna drive up to him and see what's going on. And I called it. I watched him climb back in the cab. Let's see if he gets going here. Turned it on. Let's see if he keeps going. Finally got a pile. Now we're gonna jump on the go here. Well, almost got the cart full. It needs about 100 bushel more or something like that. Then Dad will put whatever's left on the combine, and then we'll probably head home. We got the 2 backfields behind the woods done, and even if we wanted to keep moving, we can't move the grain head because I took the pickup home to grab the semi, and we don't have any other tractor here unless we unhooked the grain cart and stuff, and I don't want to do that while it's loaded to move the grain head through the woods or anything. So once this field's done, we're gonna probably head home, call it quits early. So yeah, semi's already loaded, grain cart's about to be full, and then I just only gonna have a couple passes left to do in this field. Then we'll take the semi home. We're gonna dump that in the bin. We still need to set up the auger, and we'll probably do that tomorrow morning. It is the weekend, so I'll just go home, hang out with our families. Still very early start, or not very early, but still pretty early. There's not a lot of guys in our neighborhood going yet, so we're not in too big of a rush yet. So first thing in the morning, we'll set up the auger on the grain bin, dump the truck, and then we can come back down. We'll have another truckload sitting waiting for us on the cart and combine, and then whoever drives the truck can hurry up, get unloaded, and go back to the home farm and dump again. Morning, everybody. Sunday morning here. Just setting up the auger now on top of the bin here. Gonna get the truck unloaded and go back to work this afternoon. Look at that. So usually me or Dad will be running the tractor, and then somebody will be up top to help guide. They fit in this hole here. We want to try to get it as center as possible. There she sits. I couldn't really videotape. I had to use my hands to signal them. This is our first time using this auger, so fingers crossed nothing is broken. We are worried that this auger is going to be too much for the cone that's up there by the distributor. It gets kind of tight, and we might have to take some pieces off to open up that cone so that way it doesn't plug up at the top there. This door is not latched all the way. We're going to have to adjust this. got back to the fields here. Gonna get the machines dumped on the truck, and then I'm gonna start moving everything out front past the woods. I can move the grain cart, the semi, and the combine out front, but I have to wait for Dad to show up with the pickup to move the grain head. But I can still drop it on the cart as it sits out here. I just gotta wait for him to show up so he can move that whenever he gets here. The grain cart tire is a little bit low, so I'm gonna take some air from the semi here and pump it up. I don't have a gauge with me, so I'm just gonna eyeball it, but definitely needs some more air. Once you get 800 bushel on it, it squats pretty good, so we'll pump it up a little bit. I didn't unload the cart yet because I wanted to eyeball it with all the weight on it, because once the weight's off of it, it looks normal and it looks fine. Well, I'm moving, making dust. The beans aren't running very good here. They don't look too bad on camera, but they're pretty short and there's not a lot of pods in them, and they're only really 2 bean pods. I have about 30 some acres to do, and I'm going pretty fast because there's not a lot of beans in here, so the combine's not working hard. Dad went and looked at some fields earlier this morning, and it sounds like after today I might have a little break here, so might have to wait a few days before our next fields are ready. He said the stuff he looked at still looks pretty green, so might have to put the combine in the barn for a few days, but that's okay. We'll re-grease everything, check everything over, make sure nothing's gonna break or is broken or anything like that. Yeah, it's kind of a pain in the butt. I hate playing the waiting game when the weather's nice. You know, it'd be nice to just go, because eventually it gets rainy out and snow's coming and wherever else. But it's still early. Not really in a panic mode or anything like that. But when your combine's just sitting there and you see all the neighbors and stuff rolling, it gets a little frustrating. But I got one more field here. I'm pretty sure it's only like 7 acres, and I either got to break up or go get the chainsaw that I brought and try to trim some of these branches to squeeze through here. There's a culvert here, so I can only drive so far without falling in the ditch. And yeah, I'm gonna have to go walk and go grab the pickup and grab the chainsaw. I'm gonna try to cut some branches off first, instead of hooking up the cart and breaking up the combine. Just got done trimming some of the branches. See if I can squeeze through now. Fingers crossed. It's still gonna be tight, but I think I can get it. All right, well, I think that's gonna do it for this video. Got that farm done, put the machines in the barn. Got a couple days yet to go for some more soybean harvest. Probably another 4 to 7 days, somewhere around there, depending on what the weather's like. So in the meantime, we'll just work on equipment and do some other stuff around the shop and everything else. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.